What's up, everyone? We are back at it, sketching 20 minutes. Today, I had a realization, not a realization. I think as I sketch not my hands, but when I sketch hands, they don't always turn out the way I want them to. So that is what I'm going to focus on today. I feel like as I develop other things, I have to go back to the things I've been practicing to make sure I'm still fresh on that, still practicing those things regularly. So I'm going to use I'm going to use my own hand actually as a reference, and then we're going to sketch that out and see if we can get that to look the way I think it should. I think we're going to do something straightforward. I might even try and put my ring on there as well. But yeah, use this time. If you want to use this time to draw, sketch, get better at whatever you want to work on. Trying to do 20 minutes every day this year. Also, no editing, so we're going to upload straight. So this is sort of like a sketch log, logging all the time that I spend improving my sketching to eventually, hopefully, get to the point where I can do my own graphic novel. So since we're focusing on form and shadow and where the light comes from and things like that, we're not going to use color. We're just going to use the grays from my extra wide markers. I'm really digging how those work. I'm getting pretty good at those. So let's get at it. Let's get pencil to paper and see what we can do. All right, so first we got to do the overall shape. Sorry, where the knuckles are, I mean. They have a curve. If you look at your own hand, always go back to your own hand for reference. You can see that the knuckles in the palm curve. And then there's one out here for the thumb. And then here, here. And you also want to connect those joints because each bone connects to a joint. I'm going to try and rearrange these a little bit and get them a little more where they're supposed to be. Oops. Sorry, clock. Okay. Let's see here. I'm literally just going to go like that. Then do rough sketch gestures, just to try and get overall shape. You can refine it later. All right. And this. All right. Yeah, that's about right. So there's proportions here. This is the middle finger, obviously. But the palm should be the same length as the finger overall. So it looks like we're a bit short on that. So let's try again. If this is actually the palm, which actually this thumb comes out too far. It should be more like this. See, this is why you don't do the outer shape till you have the bone structure finished. Left to erase. Do like this here, that first joint. Then this goes up here, straight across. So the end of the thumb pretty much ends at this first knuckle. I think this needs to be out farther. I think this is right. So it's just a little bit of a curve, and then that pinky has a stronger drop off. Okay. All right, then we'll try this again. So you can even use your pencil, you know, to measure. Do like a hard measure. Like, okay, so the middle finger can't go farther than that. And then to break up this, because there's 2 joints in there, after this first one, there's another one, and then the end. That first one is usually about the same length as the next 2. So this one should go out to here because that's halfway, and then halfway on that again. And of course connecting. And you do that for each finger. And for my hands, the ends of the finger are in different stages. Okay. So then half again. Half, and half again. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because whose hands are perfect? Whose anything is perfect? All right. So that's rough bone structure. And of course, all these go back into here, yada, yada, palm, all that good stuff. So we're going to get rid of this because that was before I nailed down the bone structure, but I really like where this is at now. So we're going to keep that. Okay. All right, now we need to do some palming. And I don't mean basketballs. Okay. And then depending on your style, you know, look at the major creases in your hand, where those natural folds are. Again, everybody's is going to be different. Slightly different on all of the creases to make that thumb fold. You know what I mean? And remember, the sort of webbed fingerness, the split doesn't come all the way back to the middle. It's actually in front. So I think I may have even pulled back too far. But anyway, make a reference point, so that way you don't go back too far. Depending on how knuckly you want your fingers to be. Just doing some different creases in the hands. Oh yeah, we've got to, now that we have the overall, we can erase the bones because you don't see that obviously in a human being. Oh, and I need to put my ring in there. There's also creases along here, right? Okay. Ring is pretty fat. Okay. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Not sure how I feel about this thumb actually. It's it's just very blocky. I think maybe I need to kind of bring it down. There, I think that's actually a lot better. Okay, let's try that. Yep. All right. Should we do the watch band? I can't do circles. Gotta do something else. Can't do circles. Do straight lines, people. Alright, do diamonds maybe. And by diamonds I mean triangles. Alright. What do we think? That's not bad. That's pretty good. Okay. I want to run out of time for the colors. Let's do that now. Alright, start with the lightest color first. Ooh. Okay. 2 in a row. I'm gonna try and do some shadows in there first. Know what I mean? All right, and of course, as we go with the darker colors, much, but we're gonna say the light is coming from over there as well. Okay, get this back a little bit, do more of that on that side. Okay. There we go. That looks way better. Dip that one. Is there anything really dark when I look? There are just some light touches. Light touches. Okay. There we go. Get this line work in. Remember the interior lines of the same plane are supposed to be thinner, whereas the outlines are supposed to be thicker lines. That is my goal, whether I always get there or not. That's a different story. There we go. Perfect. All right. How is your hand drawing going? Are you drawing one? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're doing something else. Let me know what you're doing. If you've got something else that you're working on, I would love to see what it is that you are working on. Not bad for a position of the hand that nobody really keeps their hand in. All right, let me know what you guys think. Not bad for trying to jump back into the hand game. All right, and I'll see you guys in the next one.